in debate, you are biased toward your position, but you start to lose credibility when that bias clearly shades your argument. This can happen when you refuse to give the opponent the benefit of the doubt. When the Israelites returned from their exile in Babylon, the Bible gives a number for that. Ezra chapter 2 says the whole company numbered 42,360. Bible critics, however, cry contradiction, because before that number, in Ezra chapter 2, is a listing of many numbers that they assume should all total that 42,360. So I'll just read some of that so you get an idea. So it says, the list of the men of the people of Israel, the descendants of Parosh, 2172, of Shephatiah, 372, of Ara, 775, etc., etc. The book of Ezra lists several dozen family lines and then how many of each returned from each of those family lines. The problem, the alleged contradiction, is that when you add all those little numbers up, that total is 10,000 plus short of that 42,360, the total that Ezra itself provides. But that's the total that the book of Ezra itself provides, the very same document. So here's some advice for you. When someone volunteers a blatant contradiction in a precise record, and the two halves of that contradiction are 1 page apart, maybe they know something that you didn't. And maybe it's not a contradiction. You really do yourself a disservice by resting your case on a point that should have been given the benefit of the doubt. In Ezra chapter 2, there's this one section that mentions the descendants of 3 names, 3 different individuals. So it says there are also people from this family line, from this family line, from this family line. But it says that they could not find their family records. Now, those people probably don't account for 10,000 plus, but it does show that the math is not as simple as just adding up all the numbers that we are given, and that should equal the total number. So what did happen there? Well, maybe the biggest opinion, the most well-regarded scholarly explanation, is that the tribes that were counted, or the numbers that were counted, were only the tribes of Judah and Benjamin. But the Bible is clear that there were people from the northern tribes living among the southern tribes even after the northern tribes were conquered. But it would also make sense that they would then be a minority, and so that total only comes to about 10,000. That's one explanation, but the bottom line here is that there's nothing in the text here to suggest that all these numbers over here need to total this number right here. The account just doesn't read like that. See, an example of when you would expect that would be something like this. Population of Alabama is this, population of Alaska is this, all the way down the line, Wisconsin, Wyoming, and now the total population of the United States is this. Okay, now you would expect, well, that better equal all of those because this thing is those 50 things. We know that. That's not comparable to Ezra chapter 2. Ezra chapter 2 is probably more like a used car lot saying, we have 10 Dodges for sale, we have 10 Fords for sale, we have 10 Chevys for sale. Come check us out. We have 50 total cars for sale. Would a truly unbiased person read Ezra chapter 2 and say this is a clear contradiction? Or would that truly unbiased person say, it looks like the detailed listing is incomplete, but they also wanted to give the total number. I'm Pastor Clinton. God bless your efforts to learn from His truth.